Virgin Media O2 is a telecommunication provider in the UK. We provide fixed line, mobile, internet services, and TV or cable services to households and businesses in the UK. Virgin Media O2 is a joint venture between Liberty Global and Telefonica. Virgin Media, which is a cable company in the UK, merged with O2, which is a mobile company. And that merger created the second biggest telco in the UK. At the time of the merger, it was valued at 31 billion sterling. This journey started when it was announced in May last year that Liberty Global and Telefonica had entered into a discussion and agreement to merge. It was very important for us to send a very strong message to the market straight after the merger. So we started this transformation or DevSecOps journey 7 to 8 weeks before the merger. And then the message was very clear, sending a strong message to the market. So the project was a 7 weeks project, not only merge organizations, but also prepare for a different way of developing software. We had a few challenges, just like many companies, right? Security in the past used to be very, very difficult. One of the biggest headaches to releasing softwares, right? We had environments where you could spring a cloud within minutes, but it could take you up to 3 weeks to get that cloud into production environment. And so we were just not different from any other companies. Some of the headaches, some of the challenges we had was the silo and the manual way that we were doing security, excessive governance processes. And don't get me wrong, it's very important to do those processes and governance, and those central teams were key to helping us reduce breach of data, reduce risk of data breach. But they were slowing down the business, and we needed to look at different ways. The security team had limited bandwidth. The business was moving at 100 miles per hour. Okay, people don't scale, so we needed to find a different way. There was also the need to digitalize. As a telco, we needed to become more a tech company to be able to meet the needs of our customers. Finally, we needed to move away from the monolithic way we were running our applications to microservices. And all this requiring a change of ways in working and turning security in moving from police officers to doctors and nurses. Okay, to be able to address the new ways of working and the shift, we had to adopt the top-down approach. And that meant a sponsorship from my chief digital officer and myself to ensure that security could move faster without compromise on security. Okay, empowering others, shifting left security, but also continue shifting right. Adopt security by design. And the only way to adopt security by design for us meant security as a code. Privacy by design, ensuring that we do threat modeling at the beginning to understand what we're trying to do, what could go wrong, and how we could solve it. Built-in self-services for the developers and the software engineers. What does that mean? Making sure that they can help themselves throughout the environment they are building, scan the application, making sure that those vulnerabilities are addressed before it goes into production. It gives us also one single visibility of the risk. We could all understand what are the vulnerabilities to those applications, and are we comfortable with the security posture of that application before it goes into production. We had to shift everything as a code, which is a model that we use today that still helps us making security no longer as blockers, no longer as police officers, but more as guardrails, more as doctors and nurses. That helps us also to change the narrative. We now talk about security as value creation. We now talk about security as growth driver. That's what helps us today.
Thank you, Fortuné. My name is Karel Kohout, and I lead our application security practice in Europe. And I'd like to talk to you about how we think about application security all around, how we look at this end to end, like the example of the armored cars in the picture. We don't only look at securing the code, the application code through testing. We look at the whole ecosystem, from that application through the libraries that are linked and connected and making sure that those are secure, up to the environment and the infrastructure the application is deployed to. Also, what we look at is making sure that the pipeline, the whole automation around is secure and providing that pay flow that Fortune mentioned to the developers. And making sure that we don't focus only on one pipeline for the main programming language, but things like infrastructure as code have security as well and are protected. What's more, we find that the majority of our clients have multiple pipelines, and we can secure all of them, even legacy and ad hoc scanning, and provide that overarching layer on top of that through our internal assets and our intelligent application security, and provide a single pane of glass and single point of view. We also look at the data, because the application is a gateway to the data and securing the data and making sure that when the data is managed, handled, accessed, it is done securely together with the application. As well as, I've mentioned already, the infrastructure